Hey, history students, Miss Jackson. So we're moving into the next section of ancient Egypt. I really like this particular chapter, so hopefully you've been paying attention because I know I really, really like it. So we are in section 3 now, the Egyptian Empire. The connection. During the Old Kingdom, Egyptians established their civilization. During the Middle Kingdom and the New Kingdom, Egypt's powerful pharaohs expanded the empire by conquering other lands. That is where we're headed today. Okay, so we're going to meet some pharaohs today. All right, the Middle Kingdom. The Middle Kingdom was a golden age of peace, prosperity, and advances in the arts and architecture. About 2300 BC, the pharaohs lost control of Egypt as nobles battled one another for power. Almost 200 years of confusion followed. Finally, a new dynasty of pharaohs came to power. They moved their capital south from Memphis to a city called Thebes. There, they restored order and stability, ushering in a new period called the Middle Kingdom. The Middle Kingdom lasted from about 2050 BC to 1670 BC. During this time, Egyptians enjoyed a golden age of stability, prosperity, and achievement. And I want to point that out again. So 2050 BC is the start date. 1670 BC is the end date, because remember, we're going towards 0, right? We're going towards AD. So the numbers are getting smaller. Okay. Drive for more land. During the Middle Kingdom, Egypt took control of new lands. Soldiers captured Nubia to the south and attacked what is now Syria. The conquered peoples sent tribute or forced payments to the Egyptian pharaoh, enriching the kingdom. Within Egypt, the pharaohs added more waterways and dams. They increased the amount of land being farmed and built a canal between the Nile River and the Red Sea. So now they're going to be able to do more trading. The arts blossom. During the Middle Kingdom, arts, literature, and architecture thrived. That means it did really well. Painters covered the walls of tombs and temples with colorful scenes of the deities and daily life. Sculptors created large wall carvings and statues of the pharaohs, showing them as ordinary people rather than the godlike figures. Poets wrote love songs and tributes to the pharaohs. A new form of architecture was also created. Instead of building pyramids, so I'm going to say that again, instead of building pyramids, pharaohs had their tombs cut into the cliffs west of the Nile River. This area became known as the Valley of the Kings. Who were the Hyksos? The Middle Kingdom came to an end in 1670 BC. Nobles were again plotting to take power from the pharaohs. This time, however, Egypt also faced a serious threat from outside. A people known as the Hyksos from Western Asia attacked Egypt. The Hyksos were mighty warriors. They crossed the desert in horse-drawn chariots and used weapons made of bronze and iron. Egyptians had always fought on foot with copper and stone weapons. They were no match for the invaders. So the Hyksos had much better weapons, right, than the Egyptians. They had, what did they have? Bronze and iron, and the Egyptians had stone and copper, that really soft metal. Hyksos ruled Egypt for about 120 years. Then, around 1550 BC, an Egyptian prince named Ahmose led an uprising that drove the Hyksos out of Egypt. So I'm stopping there today on purpose because that's the Middle Kingdom. That's their golden age. So I want to make sure that we don't kind of mix our periods together. So we're learning each one individually. So I know it's not very much reading today, but I really want to focus on just that. But I do want to come down here and look at linking past and present. Okay, so linking past and present, hieroglyphs and computer icons. Then, the ancient Egyptian system of writing was made up of hundreds of different characters called hieroglyphics. Each hieroglyphic was a picture that represented a word. For example, a large circle with a small circle drawn in its center meant sun. Egyptian scribes carved hieroglyphic symbols on monuments and then used them for everyday communication. So remember earlier we talked about the hieroglyphs, and that's how they started, but because there were so many different hieroglyphs, because there are so many different things in the world that we can name, that they changed their hieroglyphics to an alphabet similar to ours, so that each picture stands for a sound. And we're going to revisit hieroglyphics on Friday, but just to keep that in mind. Okay. Now, today, millions of people use computer icons as symbols for words and even emotions in emails and other electronic communication. These icons are pictures, such as flags or paper clips, that represent other things. So think about that. So here's their question. In what way are hieroglyphs and computer icons similar? That's a really important question because they are kind of similar, right? So if a sun is a circle inside another circle, when we see a circle in the icons for the computer, usually it's a computer disk, right? Or a movie, right? It indicates a DVD, those kinds of things. So they are somewhat similar, aren't they? Okay, so I want you thinking about those things. You do have an assignment for today. It involves a timeline. You will need to use the reading. I continue to have people doing their work without doing the reading and without using their books. Guys, this should be a point where you should be getting easy points for this. This is practice of what we have done today. We did 2.5 pages today. It should not be too difficult to go back and find the answers, put them into your work, please, before you submit, okay? Please make sure that you click submit so that it comes to me. Do it and then click submit. Please don't send me blank pages, okay? All right, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.